Glenmorangie has a reputation. It's such a well-known, renowned brand. That hasn't just happened overnight, that's happened over the last 174 years. It's the extra length, it's the sort of the unseen things that we do that makes us stand out from the rest.
The company has a real history of innovation. We were the first company to fit steam coils inside the stills for distillation. We were the first company in the industry to use American oak ex-bourbon barrels. And then in more recent years, as a scientist, I've tried all sorts of things, all sorts of different oak woods, different types of wine barrels, and many, many other things which have yet to be revealed.
Like any other whisky distilling company in Scotland, we're kind of bound by the Scotch Whisky Act, saying that we can only use 4 raw materials. You can use water, you can use malted barley, you can use yeast, and you can use oak casks. So innovation, to get different flavour profiles, it's not an easy thing to do. We have a very innovative process called extra maturation. It's a case of extending the maturation in a different type of wood. So we can take the whisky out of the bourbon casks, we can put it into, for example, sherry casks for a further 2 years. And that adds sweetness, adds the coconut, sort of vanilla-type flavours. It makes it for a very, very balanced whisky.
Our very first extra-matured whisky was a vintage 1963 Glenmorangie that was matured in the finest American white oak for 20 years and then re-racked into the finest Oloroso sherry butts from Jerez in Spain. So we were the very first to actually commercially sell an extra-mature whisky.
The original, the 10-year-old, defines the house style. So for me, the technique of finishing is all about adding an extra dimension of aroma, or of taste, or of texture, but most importantly, keep the heart and the soul and the DNA of your product so it's still recognisably a Glenmorangie.
A good question is, well, why bother to push the boundaries, to be innovative? And I guess the simple answer to that is because you can't rest on your laurels. We have to push our own boundaries to take that risk right now.
We don't pay too much attention to trends and what's going on out there. We do something because we believe it's going to bring an interesting new flavour or a new story to our consumers, and that's the main driving thing for us. I've got a notoriously low boredom threshold, so I've always got to be trying new things, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Better not drink anymore.